Greetings, exiles, and this is the final part of my journey. Let's see what I have for you in this final episode. I'll start with your favorite intro. My old friend named Lasir. Nothing interesting. Never lucky man. Never mind. Always lucky. This is a real tink. Speaking of which, in case you didn't know, a veiled orb costs almost 11 divine orbs. Twice as much as Headhunter. Great league. A good Scarab. My favorite Divination card. It's not very expensive in this league, unfortunately, but it's still nice. And another one. Cool. Wow. Now that's a real big deal. Well, I have no problems with currency now, so I can go shopping. New gems. This is a very good gem, which gives us more damage, and most importantly now we can do elemental reflect maps. The main thing is not to use the shield charge on these maps. Now I need some clusters. One large and two medium ones. Ralakesh boots with corrupted implicit like this. That'll save me 2 skill points. Well, the old boots are being sent to the temple. Unexpected. But nice. Timeless jewel. Lethal pride. At this point, a lot of my viewers are having trouble, so I'll try to quickly explain how to choose the right jewel. First, you need this website. Next, select the slot for our timeless jewel. Just like that. Then we choose Lethal Pride. Next is Conqueror, and in this case it doesn't matter who it is. Then we select the stats we need. And then we press the search button. Now just choose the suitable jewel. See what bonuses it gives us, and then go to the trade site to buy it. The cost of Lethal Pride will vary from a few divine orbs to a few hundred divine orbs. Choose the one that fits your budget. I think that's enough shopping for now, and let's do a little test of what we've got. Easy. Too easy. No problems at all. Except for my skill issue. Sorry. And of course T17 maps became even easier for us. But let's not stop there, because there are many more upgrades that will make this build stronger. But before I get to the purchases, let's talk about how I earned currency to buy all these items. Because after my last video, there were a lot of questions about this from my viewers. I want to say that I do not have a magic pill, and here you will not find strategies that will give you 75 or even 90 divine orbs per hour. I will just tell you what I have been doing and what I like. First and foremost is Strongboxes. A very unstable and silly strategy, but it works very well for me, and most importantly it's fun. More information about it you will find in the description of this video. Next up is Syndicate and Katarina. When I saw that Veiled Orb is worth 11 divine orbs, I decided to try the strategy with June. It was no big deal. I just took all the Atlas nodes with June and some June Scarabs. From my experience, you will get 1 Veiled Orb after 4 or 5 Katarina kills. And if you can do it quickly, it's not a bad way to earn you a few dozen divine orbs. Especially considering the fact that you don't need a very strong character for this strategy. I also tried a semi-magic find with back to basics in the Defiled Cathedral. I tested this strategy in my last journey and continued it in this one. As a result, I can say that using back to basics in T16 Defiled Cathedral with some MF gear, you will find the apothecary every 50 to 75 maps. At the same time, I spend less than 2 minutes per map. With this data, you can do a little calculation and find out the most important thing in the universe: how many divines per hour you can earn. Also, do not forget about other valuable loot that you will find. Overall, it's not the most ultimatic strategy, but I'm quite happy with it. I also ran T17 maps, but it was not to earn money but to test my character and understand how he copes with difficult content. And the last source of my income is a lucky drop. Something like that. As a result, I have no issues with currency. I was able to buy everything I need and I still have a lot of divine orbs left over. It seems that with Atlas and strategies for earning currency sorted out, we can return to our upgrades. But first I want to get level 100. Usually getting level 100 is not important to me, but in this league it is very easy and fast, so I decided to take advantage of this opportunity, in case GGG will nerf this strategy in the next league. This is what the best gameplay in the game looks like. And I'm not kidding. It's a lot of fun. Some nice bonuses too. Next, I need a new ring, so I decided to try to make one using the Necropolis mechanic. The recipe looked like this. And I ended up with a pretty good result. And this is a random upgrade. To be honest, I didn't plan it, but if the game made me such a gift, why not? And the old helmet goes to the temple. Unlucky this time. Second large cluster. I originally planned to show you how you can craft it yourself. But the base for it is not cheap, and in the end you will not save a lot of currency and at the same time spend a lot of time, and in some cases you will waste your nerves. Now I need a watcher's eye. I recommend that you buy it with you take reduced extra damage from critical strikes while affected by determination. Because in combination with lethal pride and this shield, we won't get extra damage from critical strikes, and it increases our survivability, especially on T17 maps. Forbidden Flame and Flesh gives us an extra layer of defense, and most importantly, now these nodes will always work. And the most interesting thing I left for last. New gloves. First, I need a fractured base like this. Next is a Chaos Reforge with a Harvest Craft. Until we find something good. Something like this. Now the suffixes can't be changed, and then we use a Veiled Orb. Block life and pray to the gods, we get physical damage converted to cold damage. Honestly, I'm sweating a little bit here, because every such attempt is minus 13 divine orbs. But good thing I have a streamer client and I get it done on the first try. Benchcraft life and Lucky Slam. Nice. Just what I need. Now comes the fun part. I have to flip a coin and win 2 times in a row. It's a very exciting process. But in the end, I ended up with some really cool gloves. Almost the best in slot for this build. To be honest though, I'm not sure that's the best way to make gloves like this, so if you know where I went wrong, please post it in the comments. Well, these are all the upgrades I had planned, and now it's time for the final test. Some T17 maps. and some T17 bosses. It doesn't always work out perfectly, but we still have 6 portals. You can even do Uber bosses, although I don't see much point in that. I spent 6 divine orbs for this fight and ended up with less than 1 divine orb. What a wonderful business! And finally, a little bit about Magic Find. I bought a good Venter's Gamble, Calandra's Touch, a belt like this, and added this mastery. I ended up with a semi-Magic Find character. I decided not to add any more MF gear because it's the minimal changes you can make and your damage and defense won't suffer much. All in all, it turned out relatively well, and I had a great time in the Defiled Cathedral with back to basics. Some blasting and chill gameplay. Just what I like. I think it ended up being a pretty solid build. A well-rounded beast, as a lot of people like to say, although I personally don't like that term. It's fun to play, and at the same time we have some defense and damage. Also, the journey and progression itself was very interesting, and I didn't regret that I decided to make a video about this build. So if you are looking for a non-meta build for a champion, you should look at Spectral Shield Throw. I think that players have undeservedly forgotten about it, and it's not as bad as they say it is. And that's the end of my journey. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Thank you all for watching and commenting. I appreciate it. Also, I will be very grateful for your likes and subscriptions. Bye everyone, and see you in new videos.